Have you ever wondered why the magnificent tiger has those beautiful black stripes? Is it just for camouflage? Well, there's an ancient legend from a time when animals and humans could understand one another that tells a very different story. A story about cunning, curiosity, and a fiery lesson that changed the tiger forever. A long, long time ago, the tiger wasn't the majestic, fearsome creature we know today. It was a rather plain animal with dull, solid-colored fur and a bit of a clumsy gait. It wasn't the king of the jungle, just another creature roaming the lands. One hot afternoon, the tiger was wandering near a village when it saw a powerful water buffalo, yoked to a plow, tirelessly tilling a field for a human farmer. The tiger was baffled. It approached the buffalo, its head tilted in confusion. "Buffalo, old friend," the tiger asked, "you are so immensely strong. Your horns could split a tree. Your hooves could crush stone. Why do you let this small, weak human command you? Why do you toil in the sun when you could be free in the cool forest with me?" The buffalo stopped, wiped a bead of sweat from its brow with a flick of its ear, and let out a heavy sigh. "Ah, tiger," it rumbled, "it is true that I am strong. But the human possesses something far more powerful than my strength or your claws." "More powerful? What could possibly be more powerful?" The tiger scoffed. "It's called wisdom," the buffalo explained. "It's not something you can see or touch, but with it, humans can control the wind, the water, and even mighty creatures like me. Their wisdom makes them the true masters of this world." The tiger's ears perked up. Wisdom, what was this magical thing? He had to see it. He had to understand it. Perhaps, if he could get some of this wisdom, he too could become a master of the world. Driven by this burning curiosity, the tiger left the buffalo and trotted over to the farmer, who was resting under a nearby tree. "Human," the tiger called out, trying to sound imposing. "I've heard about your great power. The buffalo tells me you have something called wisdom, which allows you to rule over everyone. I demand that you show it to me." The farmer, a clever man with a twinkle in his eye, looked at the eager tiger and hid a smile. He knew he couldn't fight the tiger with strength, but he had his wisdom. "My wisdom," he said, stroking his chin thoughtfully. "Of course, but you see, it's such a precious thing that I don't carry it with me into the fields. I keep it safe at home. If you truly wish to see it, I can go and fetch it for you." The tiger's eyes lit up. "Yes, go and get it. I will wait here." The farmer stood up, but then paused, feigning concern. "There's just one problem," he said, glancing at the buffalo. "I'm afraid that while I'm gone, you might get hungry and decide to eat my poor buffalo. He's my only livelihood. If I lose him, my family will starve." The tiger was impatient. The thought of this mysterious wisdom consumed him. No, I promise I won't touch your buffalo," he declared. "I just want to see your wisdom." "A promise is just a word," the farmer replied, shaking his head. "I need a better guarantee. How about this? To prove your sincerity, let me tie you to that big tree over there." That way, I can go home with peace of mind knowing my buffalo is safe. And you will be right here when I return with my wisdom, the tiger. So desperate to see this incredible power, didn't think twice. The idea seemed perfectly reasonable. Fine, an excellent idea, he agreed enthusiastically. Tie me up. Just be quick about it. The farmer, trying his best to conceal his grin, fetched a thick coil of rope. He wrapped it around the tiger's body, legs, and neck, securing him tightly to the trunk of a massive banyan tree. The tiger didn't even flinch, his mind completely focused on the wisdom he was about to witness. "Is that tight enough?" the farmer asked. "I wouldn't want you to accidentally break free. It's perfect. Now hurry," the tiger urged. With the tiger securely bound, the farmer said, "I'll be right back," and walked away. Not towards his house, but towards a stack of dry straw he had collected at the edge of the field. He gathered several large bundles and returned to the tree where the helpless tiger was waiting. "Are you ready to see my wisdom?" the farmer asked with a strange glint in his eye. The tiger nodded eagerly, his heart pounding with anticipation. The farmer then calmly placed the bundles of dry straw all around the base of the tree, piling them up against the tiger's fur. He pulled a flint and steel from his pouch, struck a spark, and set the straw ablaze. Whoosh! The flames erupted, crackling and roaring as they licked at the dry straw. The intense heat scorched the tiger's skin. A searing pain shot through its body. This wasn't wisdom. This was a trick. This was fire. The tiger bellowed in agony and rage. He thrashed and twisted, pulling against the ropes with all his superhuman strength. He could smell his own fur burning, and the pain was unbearable. The fire wasn't just on the outside. It felt like it was burning him from the inside out with betrayal. With a final, desperate surge of adrenaline-fueled power, the tiger snapped the thick ropes. He broke free and bolted, a living ball of flame, deep into the forest. He ran until he found a cool stream and plunged into the water to douse the agonizing fire. When he finally emerged, panting and trembling, he looked at his reflection. His once plain, dull yellow coat was now a vibrant orange gold, hardened and brightened by the intense heat. And where the burning ropes had been wrapped around his body, the fire had charred his fur, leaving permanent, deep black stripes. From that day forward, the tiger carried the marks of his encounter with the farmer's wisdom. The brilliant coat and the bold stripes became his signature, a permanent reminder of his foolish curiosity and the painful lesson he learned. And ever since that fiery day, tigers have held a deep-seated fear and respect for humans. Understanding that true power isn't always about size or strength, but about the clever and sometimes dangerous thing called wisdom. So, the next time you see a tiger, remember this story. Those stripes aren't just for camouflage. They're the scars of a legend, a story of how the tiger got his stripes and learned to fear the wisdom of humankind. Thanks for journeying back in time with us for this ancient tale. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next adventure into the world of myths and legends. See you next time.